After a failed attempt in 2024, when ferry strikes from Quebec forced us to turn back, this year we set out with unfinished business. On July 25, 2025, the mission was clear: complete the Trans-Labrador Highway once and for all. Our route was ambitious, first crossing Newfoundland, then riding north to L'Anse Meadows before doubling back for the ferry to Labrador. From there, we'd follow the coast and ride the legendary Trans-Labrador Highway through to Quebec. Finally, we'd continue into the Maritimes, exploring New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia before catching the ferry home to Newfoundland. Over 5,000 kilometers of road, rugged landscapes, and an adventure to remember forever. After 12 days on the road, we woke up in North Sydney to familiar surroundings. Our ferry to Argentia wasn't scheduled to leave until 5:30 p.m, so there was no rush. A rare luxury on a trip filled with early starts and long days. We enjoyed a quiet breakfast, packed up the bikes, and with a late checkout secured, decided to make the most of our final hours on Cape Breton. There's something strange about the last day of a trip. You're still in the moment, still riding, still exploring, but part of your mind is already thinking about home. It's like living in two places at once: the adventure you're still in and the life you're ready to return to. As much as I love being on the road, I'd be lying if I said the thought of home didn't bring a smile. I was looking forward to rolling into my driveway, seeing my wife, and letting the adventures settle into memory instead of motion. I guess there's no lighthouse, is there?
I guess the lighthouse is no more.
Our first stop was the Point de Crony Lighthouse, or rather where the lighthouse used to be. The original tower was removed in 1989 and replaced with a more modern steel beacon, leaving only the concrete foundation behind. Standing there, overlooking the coastline, I could almost imagine the lightkeeper's room, the lantern room above, and the countless ships guided safely home over the decades. Even without the building, the coast was stunning. Rugged rocks, rolling waves, and that deep Atlantic horizon that always feels like the edge of something bigger. From there, we followed the winding shoreline along Labrador Lake towards Groves Point. It was a slow, calm, and perfect ride, the kind of scenic road where you just ride for the feeling of being there. Only riders will understand the unique math of a long trip. 5,000 kilometers on a bike equals 0 regrets. And only one sock missing. I'm still trying to figure out where that sock went. Riding along the Labrador Lake that afternoon, I had this surprising thought. I didn't want the trip to end. Perfect weather, perfect road, and even on day 12, I felt like I could reset the trip meter and ride the whole thing again.
Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly, but
one stop, a flock of Canada geese were gathered near the shoreline, and we couldn't resist pulling over for a closer look. Just another small moment that on a trip like this sticks in your memory. Eventually it was time to start heading back toward the ferry terminal, so we got back out on the highway and headed east. Even though we hadn't reached Newfoundland yet, rolling into the ferry terminal almost felt like the end of the journey. Cape Breton was the last stretch of land before home, and pulling into North Sydney signaled more than the end of a riding day. It marked the close of our time on the mainland. At the ferry, as always, the parking lot was alive with energy. In the motorcycle line, the sound of riders swapping stories that all start differently, but end the same way. Man, what a ride. When boarding finally began, we rolled onto the ferry, now experts at the process after so many crossings. This ship we're on tonight is the Alisunu, a brand new ferry whose name means traveller in Mi'kmaq. It's a fitting name because long before ferries crossed these waters, the Mi'kmaq made these journeys in their own way, travelling between Newfoundland and Nova Scotia for generations. Our bikes have hauled us across thousands of kilometers, over mountains, through rain, gravel and heat, and now they ride the last stretch as passengers. They've earned their break. This was the final ferry of the trip, the last long stretch of ocean standing between us and home. Tomorrow morning we'll roll off this ship and finish the journey where it began. And in episode 13, we'll look back at the best, worst, and wildest moments of the entire adventure. Once the bikes were secured, we headed upstairs and settled in for the 16-hour overnight crossing. And thanks to some good luck, I managed to snag a passenger pod from the wait list. It's a small 2-bunk room that promises something far better than a night sleeping in a reclining chair. We headed to the lounge for a couple of drinks and a bite to eat, and then we called it a night. Tomorrow we would roll off the ferry into Newfoundland, the final chapter of a 13-day adventure across thousands of kilometers, dirt roads, ferry decks, forgotten bridges, remote towns, and endless memories. One more sleep to home.